In this video, we'll be learning how to find out the area of a trapezium. So to begin with, the shape of the trapezium is this shape. So this is a trapezium, or it can be, this is a trapezium, or there are different ways of drawing a trapezium. So it could be even like this as well. This is also making a trapezium. Looking to all the three shapes, what do we see? That the two opposite sides are the parallel. So this is parallel to this one. We see that this length is parallel to this one, and this length is parallel to this one. So what we know that any kind of the trapezium shape, the two opposite lengths are parallel to each other. I can show you drawing with another kind of the trapezium as well. So what do we see? That this is also making a trapezium. Okay, so here we see that the two parallel side is this one and this one. As we know, the parallel means the non-intersecting lengths. So we always label the two parallel side of the trapezium as A and B. So in this one, A is here, B is here. No matters what you take, A or B. So maybe in this one, I'm taking A here, B here. A is this, B is this, A is this, and B is this. Now, what is the other thing that we need to know is the perpendicular height. So this is H, this is H. In this shape, H is here. And this shape, what do we see? That between the two parallel lines, the straight line connecting them is the height. So to find out the area of a trapezium, we have got area of trapezium would be equals to, add the two parallel lengths, which is A plus B. Then you multiply it with the height. And whatever the answer you get, you make a half of it. So you divide by 2 at the end. So this is what is the area of the trapezium, and whenever we have a trapezium shape, no matter how does it look like, to find out the area we are using this formula. Now here we see that it is a trapezium. Now let's see what it's asking. This is that the three identical isosceles triangles are joined to make this trapezium. Each triangle has a base of b centimeter and the perpendicular height of h. So we know that the base is b centimeter and the perpendicular height is h. The first of all, I'm going to label which one are the two parallel length. So this is and this is parallel to each other. Because they are the isosceles triangle, so whatever is b over here would be the same b over here, and this would be the same b over here. Writing down, whenever we have a trapezium, we label one of the side as a, another of the side as a b. But here, A is a b, but what would be b is, b would be this whole thing, and that I can write it down as b equals to 2b. Instead of b now, we are having 2b here. So now, I'm going to write down an expression in terms of b and h, the area of a trapezium. First, on the side, I'm going to write down what is the formula to find out the area of trapezium. So as I said, adding the two parallel lengths, you multiply it with the height and then make a half of it. So I'm going to write it down. What's the two parallel lengths is? The first one is a, which is b. So I'm going to write down b here instead of a. Plus, then we see that what's the other one is a b, which is equals to the sum of them together. And that's 2b. So that would be 2b. Times by, we see that the h is a h. So I'll keep it the same and make a half. Because we are writing it down in terms of the expression, so this says that write down in the simplified form. So it says write down in the simplified form. So here what we have to do, and because this says that work out the area in the expression form, so we'll be having something in terms of b and h, because the numbers are not given to us. So b plus 2b is a 3b. You multiply it by h, and then the whole thing would be divided by 2. Another way of writing it down is 3bh, and you can write down this divide by 2 in the denominator as well. So this, you get the area of this trapezium. So it would be 3bh divided by 2 is the area of the trapezium here. Now here we have got the next question. So because trapezium, finding the area for trapezium itself is a really simple topic. So here I've chosen some exam questions. Here we see that it is a trapezium. The first thing I'm going to label is the two opposite sides of a trapezium, which are parallel to each other. I'm going to say one of them is a, another of them is a b. Now the diagram shows that the floor in the shape of a trapezium. John is going to paint the floor. Each 5-liter tin cost $16.99. I'm going to highlight this. So 5 liter cost $16.99. 1 liter cost 1 liter of paint covers an area of 2 meters square. John has 160 to spend. Has John got enough money to buy all the paint he needs? You must show the working out. So this is the whole thing we are given, that the floor is in the shape of a trapezium. And they're saying that the 5 liter cost was 16.99. He has got £160 to spend. So has he got enough money to paint it or not? The first thing we need to know is how much he needs the paint, because it depends on the area. So we're going to find out the area of trapezium. So to find out the area for trapezium, again, we write it down the formula, which is adding the two parallel lengths, multiply the height and make a half. So the two parallel lengths is basically 10 plus 16. Multiply the height. How much is the height given to us is 7. So times by 7, and whatever the answer you would have, you make a half of it. So 10 plus 16 would be 26. And when you do 26 times by 7 and divide by 2, it would come up as 91 meters square. So the area of the trapezium is a 91 meters square. We have got the unit of the meter because the question is given in terms of the meter. So area, because it's an area, so we write down the unit as the meter square. Now this is the area that we need to cover. Now we're going to see that coming here. It says that 1 liter can cover 2 meters square. Because each box has got 5 liter in this, then we write it down that the 5 liter box would cover how much area? 2 times by 5 would be 10 meters square. Now we see that how many boxes do we need? So when you do 91, which is the total area divided by 10, you would have 9.1. Because you can't have 9.1 boxes of the paint, so you would estimate that to the 10 paint boxes you will need. So now we'll be needing 10 paint boxes to paint the whole floor. Now we're going to check that has John got the enough money or not. So John has got £160. We'll see that can we buy these 10 paint boxes into £160 or not. To write down that the price of 1 tin of paint is £16.99. How many do we need? We need 10 of them. So we're going to do £16.99 multiplied by 10. And that would be, how much money do we need is 169.9. Because John has got only 160 and he need 169.9. So we say that no, he does not have enough money. So remember that we write down our final line by saying that has he got the enough money or not? Then we say that no, he does not has the enough money to buy the paint. Here we have got the last question, which is the exam question. And this is that the diagram shows a shape which is made of a trapezium A, B, C, D. And the next thing is a semicircle with the diameter DC. So the top is a semicircle. We can see this is making a semicircle from here to here. The bottom part is making a shape of a trapezium, which is here. Now this is that the shape has area 64 meters square. The height of the trapezium is 5. Work out the length of AB. Now this time we are finding out the length AB. So we know the area of the total shape, which is given to us, and that's 64. We're going to find out and equate it equals to 64 then. So I'm going to start with the bottom. I'm going to name it as a 1 and name it as a 2. So first I'm going to find out area of trapezium. As we said that area for trapezium is labeled as 1. So I'm going to write down 1 implies, because I say that the trapezium is a 1. Now write down the formula would be A plus B, then times by H and make a half of it. So A plus B means now is the two parallel sides. So I'm going to label the two parallel side of the trapezium as this and this. We can say any of them is a and any of them is a B. So I'm just rewriting like this. Now we do A plus B. So area of trapezium would be, so I'm going to write down 1 implies. A plus B means 8 plus, I'm taking this as B because I've labeled it as a B, times by the height. And how much is the height is of 5. And then divide by 2. This would be the area of the trapezium. Now area of the trapezium would be, what do we get is, I'm going to simplify it. So area of trapezium would be, so 8 plus B times by 5. And I'm going to write down divide by 2 in the denominator. I'm going to keep this over here. Now I'm going to find out the area of the semicircle. To find out the area of the semicircle would be area of semicircle. Semicircle means is the half of the circle. So pi r squared divided by 2. So we're going to find out what's the radius is, because the diameter is 8 and the radius is a half of it, so it would be 4 square and a half. So you get from here that the area of semicircle, which we say is the 2, that would be, after doing the simplification, would be 25.1327, and I'm going to reuse the unit, which would be centimeter square. Now we know that the total area is how much? 64. So we do 64 is the total area. Now to find out the area of the trapezium, because the length that we have found out is the trapezium length, which is AB, we are finding out this length. And in the trapezium formula, what we are finding out is the value for B. So we say that the area of trapezium would be, from the total area, which is 64, we minus the area of the semicircle, which is 25.1327. So the area of the trapezium would come out with 38.867. Okay, once we know the area of the trapezium, we're going to equate what we have got, like the area of the trapezium before, to this one. So we're going to write down now, which is 8 plus B times by 5 divided by 2. This is the area, which is equals to 38.867. We're going to bring this to the other side, so it would be times by 2, so it would be 8 plus B, and there's a 5 here, equals to, you do 38.867 and you do times by 2. Now you're going to rearrange to find out the B value from here. So when you're going to do, the next thing you're going to do is, you have multiplied by 2. The next thing, to get rid of this 5, you divide by 5 here. And then you take away 8 from it. So the next step you do is to minus 8 from it. So the final B value which you're going to come out with is 7.5 centimeter. So here we have found out the length of AB, which is 7.5 centimeter. I can write it down that the length of AB is 7.5 centimeter, which is our final answer here. So here's the explanation on how to find out the area of the trapezium and how to use this area of the trapezium in the problem solving questions. I hope you have found this video useful in understanding the topic. Thank you very much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.